Hi Saideep, congratulations on securing All India's second rank in ESE 2018 with Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Specialization. So the very purpose of this interaction is to guide the juniors who are seriously preparing for the last 1 year or 2 years. So I hope you can really motivate the freshers. Anyway, first of all, tell me about yourself. So what is your background and academic background, etc.
Hello everyone, I am Saideep. I'm from Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. My father has a small general store shop. I have done my schooling from Visakhapatnam itself. After that, I have done my bachelor's from National Institute of Technology, in ECE. After that, I got placed in some oil and gas PSU. After that, I worked for 1 year and left it and joined ESE Academy for GATE and DS coaching. I'm a student of Spark batch SPI2 from Hyderabad. Recently, I got IES second rank in ECE stream.
Very good, Saideep. So in your introduction, so you said that your parents have a small business. It means that to achieve engineering services ranks or any other rank, so one need not be rich enough. So just a middle class or even below middle class persons can secure good ranks. So you want to say like that. Okay. So in the engineering services we have a 3-tier system. So how you prepared for prelims? To begin with prelims, general studies and engineering aptitude, how you have prepared?
Coming to ESE, I started like 1 month late. I started like, it is my first attempt basically. So I started like 1 month late during July time. But eventually I picked up like what happens in ESE is like you have to focus more both on technical and non-technical subjects. But many people feel little bit hard in non-technical subjects coming to. So I would suggest like going through a little bit newspaper for current affairs and attending classes will help you a lot for non-technical subjects, which I would suggest. And little bit like current affairs news and all those things will help you.
Okay, Saideep, with respect to general studies and engineering aptitude, so see, some of the subjects are almost new to every branch of engineering,
Yes,
and some subjects are familiar to mechanical students and some subjects are familiar to ECE and EEE students.
exactly.
In such a scenario, do you suggest your juniors to analyze or study in depth or to some level? What is your advice with respect to general studies?
Yes sir, thank you. When it comes to general studies, the pattern is not yet clear like which subject they may be focusing more. So which I would suggest is like you have to go through all the subjects. You shouldn't leave even a single subject, but because like when you leave a single subject, we can't know like from that subject maximum questions can come. That happened earlier, last year, even this year. So I would suggest like don't go into too deep, cover as much as broad as possible, and don't leave even a single subject like aptitude, even aptitude, mathematics, even they can make you very less. So try to focus on all the subjects in a broad level rather than going to too depth.
See, in the general studies we have 100 questions,
Yes, sir.
of 200 marks.
Exactly.
Some people will say that don't try to target all the 100 questions, it is difficult, and focus on some 80% or so. So what is your opinion about that?
So I would suggest like try to focus on the questions which you know rather than going for the questions you don't know, because like in GS it happens like it will be very hard to know even the question like even if we know the answer, like there can be a small twist in the question which can make you very hard. So which I would suggest is like try to focus on the questions which you know very well, because the marking is also like -1/3. So which I would suggest is like go through the questions initially, first go through the questions which you correctly know. As such suggested, I would also say that like 80% would be good, I guess.
See, suppose you are from electronics or telecommunication,
So
a subject like design, safety, drawing, or etc. and similarly standards, you may be little bit new to those subjects.
Exactly.
Of course, with respect to material science, etc., you'll be quite comfortable. So with respect to subjects belonging to other branches of engineering such as mechanical and civil, what was your strategy?
So actually, initially I faced a lot of trouble in those subjects like designing, designing, engineering, drawing, and all those subjects. But what the thing helped me is like I have attended all the classes. I didn't even miss a single class, so that you'll get a perspective about the subject. Even if you study the material, you won't get a perspective like, okay, this is what happens in this subject. So which I would suggest is like by attending a class, you will have a perspective like, okay, this is what happens really. Even because the questions won't be in GS, coming to GS part, the questions won't be direct questions. They would be like little bit twisted. So I would suggest go to the attend as many as class as possible and go through the notes. Eventually that will help you and fetch you good marks.
What about the technical subjects in prelims? Paper 2, yes, it was carrying 300 marks with 150 marks, no?
Yes, sir.
So what was your strategy?
So actually I focused mainly on technical things, because like technical subjects, because like even if you are little bit less in non-technical, it will be okay, but if you are a bit less in technical, even it would cost you even in GATE also. So if you are a bit confident in technical subjects, it will really good it will fetch you a good marks.
Okay, Saideep.
So
see, nowadays this engineering services prelims shifted to almost January first week,
yes,
and GATE exam in the February first week. How you could cope up? Because I think you got very good rank even in GATE exam. What is that rank?
I got All India rank 9th in ESE GATE.
All India?
9th. So.
All India 9th rank in GATE 2018.
Yes.
So you are successful in both the GATE and engineering. How you could manage your time for both the exams?
Yes, I would say that like initially I used to focus more on GATE and ESE both, but eventually I used to talk to professors and all the teachers. They suggested me like focus on one thing initially, and then eventually you can pick up both the things at the end. So I'm little bit confident about GATE. So what I thought is like, okay, I should focus on GATE for now. Like I completed my GATE preparation by October end or November first week, and then I gave 2 months, proper 2 months for ES preparation, which I would feel is like 2 months for ES is more than enough for prelims part. And because of that, as I earlier said you, if you focus on non-technical subjects, even you will get a good rank in GATE and ES both. So I used to focus more on technical subjects of GATE and ES both. There are few technical subjects apart from apart from GATE syllabus, like basic electrical engineering, measurements and instrumentation. I used to, I'm little bit, as I am a EC student, I'm little bit less confident about basic electrical engineering. So I used to focus more, I used to give more time on basic electrical engineering, which eventually like helped me in the end.
Okay, Saideep, in the classes, almost I think it's an open secret. Daily average effective hours will be 6 to 8 hours.
Exactly.
Because of the schedules of the GATE and IS exams.
Exactly.
So how many hours you used to prepare self preparation after the classes are over? How many hours you used to prepare for these exams daily?
I would say, sir, like I personally, like I used effectively the class time itself. Like I used to grasp as much as possible in the class itself, so that I need not be revising the same after going out of the class. Like out of the class, I used to solve only questions. Like I didn't used to go through the same concept again and again. I used to solve as much as questions as like if you go through the bits and bytes of ACE, like the questions are very vast and numerous. Like the concepts are also very like impossible questions they will be giving in bits and bytes. So I used to go through them like 2 to 3 times. So which I would feel is like try to solve as much as new questions as possible before the 1 month of IES or GATE exam, so that at the end 1 month you could again revise the concepts better, so that eventually you will get a good rank.
So you want to say that classroom revision, they go together,
yes,
simultaneously.
Exactly. So that's what if you effectively use the classroom time,
eventually you will get a good rank. So that's
after
what.
writing prelims exam, what was your opinion? Are you hopeful at that point that you will clear prelims?
No, sir. Frankly speaking, I hope that I'll be clearing prelims, but I didn't thought like about my prelims marks. I didn't thought like I would be in top 5 or top 2.
Okay. So prelims is over, then automatically you continue to gate preparation.
Exactly.
So after gate preparation, for the mains conventional questions,
Exactly.
did you spare any time for conventional questions before prelims exclusively?
No, sir. No, not even a single minute. I mean, like I used to focus on one part at a time. So for years I started preparing for years initially, and after that for
So
1
what
month.
do you
again.
suggest? Say some students say that before prelims convention must be completed, or some students say that conventional can be taken up. So what is your vote? How do you vote? Because of the time constraints nowadays, prelims brought to January first week. What is your suggestion with respect to whether prelims and mains together before prelims? First focus more on prelims, then you can prepare for mains afterwards. What is your suggestion?
I would suggest don't go for conventional in the initial time, because like eventually you will be having like 4 months for conventional, which I would feel is more than enough. So if you prepare more good for prelims in the initial parts, even you can score well in gate. I mean, we don't know like what happens when. So if you score well in prelims and gate, eventually you will be having 4 months for conventional itself.
And so that's more than sufficient.
That's more than enough sufficient for.
So with respect to very lengthy derivations and lengthy problems, it means you focus after gate exam is over.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
So with respect to mains, how the classes of ESE Academy Hyderabad helped you? So prelims you have taken in Spark batch. Mains also ESE conducted classes free of cost. Free of cost. So how you planned your preparation for mains after gate exam?
So eventually, I mean, like I went only for ESE Academy for all the classes, whatever it may be, prelims, mains, or interview guidance. I used to stick to one particular pattern. Like whatever I do, I mean, like in a particular pattern. Otherwise, if you mix a lot of things, it will become clumsy. So coming to mains part, I used to do every day. Like I know the question and even I know the answer. I used to write like 2 to 3 questions. I mean, not even leaving a single line, so that it will become a habit and you can same write in the end exam, because like in the end it will be like 3 plus 3 6 hours continuously you have to write something, so it will become very tough. So
how you managed this QCAB format, question come answer booklet, whether you have mental preparation before going to the exam?
Yes, I mean, like even the ACE test series will also help a lot, because you will become habituated to that kind of exam, because otherwise it's like you will be habituated like 1 mark question, 2 marks questions. And one more important thing at the end of the exam is like which question to select and which question to select, because like in every question you will be having like some parts you know, some parts you don't know. So I think like by writing maximum number of exams, you will get a idea like, okay, this is what I have to attempt, this is not what I should not attempt. So you will get a perspective at the end just by writing the exams. So which I would say is like, you have to write, even if you know the answer, just try to write every day 2 to 3 questions, not even leaving a single line, complete the complete flow. And coming to derivations, you should be having entire idea about the derivation, because like if there is a derivation, you can do it in many methods. So you should be having a hope that okay, this method will fetch me more marks, and it will be very simple, and it will be like understandable to the guy who is correcting the paper. So this should be done during the preparation time, because like if you don't go through this in preparation time, you won't have enough time in the exam to decide like which question to attempt, which question not.
Okay, Saideep, how you have prepared for the test series? Means offline test series you might have written, na?
Yes, sir. I wrote only offline test series.
Offline test series also you have written. For prelims also we have written.
Yes,
for mains also you have written.
Yes, sir.
So what is the advantage of writing the test series?
So for prelims, I think it is must to have offline series, because like we will be having in a flow of gate, which we will have a calculator and all the times and everything. Timing is also very flexible in gate, but when it's come to IS part, you will have like hardly 1 minute for one single question. So you have to manage lot of things and you have to do lot of calculations mentally. So by writing offline thesis, you will have an idea and eventually you can manage time also.
Okay, very. So you have cleared mains also. Then the third stage was interview.
Yes, sir.
So for interview, because you're almost, it's the first attempt.
Yes,
really a great success in the very first attempt, cracking in the first attempt.
Thank you, sir.
You proved it.
Thank you.
So for interview, how much time daily you used to prepare, or what areas you used to cover? How the interview guidance classes of ACE Academy helped you?
So actually what I like about ACE Academy is like they will suggest you based on your profile rather than like for everyone it's the same. So actually my profile is like I'm an oil and I worked for 1 year in oil and gas PSU, and after that I got bit good rank in GATE. So actually like whatever they asked in interview as our guidance, almost the same questions repeated there. Like they also asked like, okay, you are good at technical parts as you got good rank in GATE. So they asked me like, okay, about my hobbies and how they tested me on my approach. The same thing happened even in a guidance program also. Okay. So actually I couldn't attend a few of the mock interviews in earlier stage. So I went like 1 week before the actual interview to the Delhi, and I have attended like couple of sessions there, okay, which eventually like paid me because like I don't know, like I have a good idea of personal etiquette, but I don't know like how the UPSC is expecting me to be behaving. So I got lot of things in that year.
So finally you got a very good rank. Even yesterday I was coming, somebody is discussing in our office, almost in our offline test series you used to be top. Yes, almost actually, in every test.
I got good ample of amount from you.
So really I congratulate you.
Thank you.
Finally, what suggestion you want to give? Suppose yesterday I got a mail from some student stating that because of some personal reasons he could complete his BTech in 7 years, not 4 years. But what he says, sir, I want to crack this engineering service exam. So in my opinion, nothing is impossible.
Exactly.
Or there may be some students from the average colleges, private colleges, rural colleges. So what suggestion you want to give to those who are really having a burning desire but with a poor academic background, but they want to crack it? What is your suggestion?
So I would suggest, like, even I am also a kind of average or below average student, like 7.5, 8 pointer basically. So what I would suggest is, like, if you keep on doing hard work, you will eventually get it. It doesn't matter like what background you are from, what knowledge you have or what talent you have, eventually you will get it. So I would suggest, like, don't lose confidence at any point of your preparation or life. So keep on doing hard work, eventually you will get it. It doesn't matter like what background you are coming from. That's the only thing.
Okay, great, Saideep.
Thank you.
Okay, now I say that the main credit goes to your parents who supported you.
Thank you.
It is not the institute anything which it has to take the credit. First credit goes to your parents, then only your teachers. Okay, of course you are very much instrumental. Okay, congratulations. God bless you.